You need really big DPS to compete as a free warrior right now, and the best way to do that is with a perfect rotation. Let's grab how to do that right now.
Quickly before we start, I want to shout out my Twitch stream where we go live every Sunday, Tuesday and Wednesday from 7:30 till 11 PM UK playing WoW, answering all your Fury Warrior questions. And if you want to further support us, then please do consider giving this video a like, subscribing to the channel and turning on your notifications. Anyway, on with the video.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning champions, and welcome back to another video. And today we're going back over again the Fury Warrior rotation. I know I did one of these videos about a month or so ago, but I want to revisit it. There was a couple of missed points and an error or two in there, so I just want to revisit it as a whole, re-explain the whole thing and do it in a shorter, more concise, easy to digest video. So without further ado, let's begin. So right off the bat, the rotation is different if you have different legendaries. Today's legendary we're working with is Signet of the Tormented Kings. This legendary works with Bladestorm and with Recklessness, and that's why it changes the rotation and how we need to do certain things. Ideally, you'd have this legendary anyway because it is our best in stock currently and is the highest DPS output out of all the legendaries that we have. So if you don't already have it, go grab it. It's from, I think, Sludge Fist, so it's super easy. Or Stone Legion, can't really remember. Go get the legendary. So we're going to start off with the talents because again, talents change how we do the rotation as a whole. But in our first row, as you can see, we have fresh meat. We've gone for fresh meat because it means you are always going to get enraged the first time you hit a target with Bloodthirst. It also increases your enraged time throughout the entirety of the fight because it puts up the amount of times that you could get enraged throughout a fight. Next up, we're using double time with Stormbolt only in Mythic Plus, double time and everything else. This third row, which is where my error was in my last video, we're going for Massacre and not Frenzy. Frenzy is good, it works with haste and it's beneficial if you're a Night Fae, but we're Venthyr, so therefore we're choosing Massacre, and Massacre just increases the amount of time that you have in Execute for that final phase. So instead of the usual 20 or 20 odd %, you now can do Execute / Condemn from 30% and below. Next up, we've got War Paint, then Cruelty, then Bladestorm, and we're going for Bladestorm and not Dragon Roar here because Bladestorm has the interaction with Signet. And then finally we have Anger Management because Anger Management helps the cooldown of our Recklessness be just that little bit shorter. So now we've got that bit out of the way, it's time to actually look at the rotation. The entirety of Fury Warrior is all about building Rage to spend on Rampage, being enraged, and casting Recklessness. There's only 3 things and it's a build and spend class, so you're building up Rage to spend it on other things. Let's jump on the computer now and go over those rotations. So right off the bat, we're going to start off with a couple of things that you need to make sure you have before you get going. As we said, we're using the Signet legendary here, and we're going to need to have something that will cancel the Bladestorm effect. The main priority for Fury Warrior is ensuring that we're casting our Executes / Condemns and our Rampages, so we don't want to waste any time by being in a Bladestorm. Therefore, what I recommend you guys do is make a macro, as you can see here, show tooltip, cast Rampage, cancel Aura, Bladestorm. Make one of these for Rampage, and then make a second one for Condemn / Execute. That way, if any of them are active, you can cancel the Bladestorm straight away and cast them. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to look at is our single target priority list. This is not the rotation, this is just the priority and things you need to be doing. First off, you want to be casting Rampage if you are at 80% or higher rage, or if you do not have an in-rage currently active. Next off the bat, you want to be casting Recklessness only when you're rampaged. Next, you want to be casting Execute and or Condemn if your target is above 80 or below 30%. Next, you want to be casting Bloodthirst if you're not currently enraged. Otherwise, you want to be casting 2 Raging Blows. Something to mention here is if you're currently enraged and you have both Bloodthirst and Raging Blow off cooldown, prioritize Raging Blow over Bloodthirst because they go better when you're enraged. Next off the bat, you're going to be want to casting another Bloodthirst after your 2 Raging Blows. Then you're going to be doing a Bladestorm again while you're enraged, then a couple of Raging Blows, and then finally Whirlwind for filler. So as I said, there's a few, one of the main nuances there is making sure that you're prioritizing Raging Blow over Bloodthirst when you're enraged. Otherwise, you're going to be casting Bloodthirst to become enraged. That is your priority list, and now we're going to look at the first single target opener. Our main opener for pulling on a single target is ensuring that we pre-pot or use trinkets. So for me, it's the IQD. You're then going to charge in Condemn, Bloodthirst so you enrage, cast Recklessness, cast Rampage, cast Condemn, and then go back into your priority list. So let me show you how that looks. I'm going to pre-pot straight away. I'm going to charge on in, cast Condemn, Bloodthirst, Rampage, Recklessness, Rampage, Condemn, Bloodthirst, Rampage, 2 Raging Blows because we're enraged, and another Condemn. And then you go off into your priority list, and that's what it looks like. So let me show you that one more time. We are pre-potting and using our IQD. We're going to charge on in, Condemn, Bloodthirst, Recklessness, Rampage, Bloodthirst, 2 Raging Blows, Rampage,
and so on and so forth. And like I said, we're always prioritizing Raging Blow over Bloodthirst if we're already enraged. Our overarching priority list, we're looking at ensuring that we're getting Condemns out, getting Rampages out, and ensuring in constant enrage. Obviously, in a real fight, you will never get to a point, where you won't have Condemn left, but because it's a target dummy, I have infinite Condemns. Next up, we're going to look at our rotation for AoE. So we're going to go to the AoE area, which I believe is just this over here. I would assume so. We'll go for that as the AoE. It's the closest thing that I can imagine. The rotation for AoE is very, very simple. In short, all you want to be doing is casting Whirlwind, 2 items from your priority list, Whirlwind again. So keep your priority list in mind the entire time, and then every 2 spells, you're just casting a Whirlwind. However, there's an intricacy for Signet and how it procs, as well as our pulling, in short. So just to go for an overview, what you're going to do is charge, Whirlwind, Condemn, Bloodthirst, Whirlwind, Rampage, Recklessness. Very simple opener, and then we'll go into the intricacies of what happens depending on the procs for Signet. So let's see that in action. Charge in, Whirlwind, Condemn, Bloodthirst, Whirlwind, Rampage, Recklessness, and there you have it. And that is the opener. And then from there, you basically just continue. Every 2 spells, you're recasting Whirlwind and using that priority list from before to help you do it. If you get to a point where you're capped out on Rage and you have a Rampage ready to go, I would Whirlwind first and then cast your Rampage, just so you can ensure that it's going to be going onto the 2 targets around. The 2 intricacies to be aware of are, if Signet procs Bladestorm, you're going to want to Rampage, Bladestorm again, Whirlwind, and then Rampage. Again, using your cancel auras where necessary, but generally speaking, if you have 2 or more targets, you don't want to be using the cancel aura. And then if Signet procs Avatar, so you know it's going to proc Avatar, because if you haven't seen it before, basically it just makes your character a little bit bigger. For this scenario, you're going to want to Condemn first, then Whirlwind, then Rampage, Bladestorm, Rampage. And then again, you just go straight back into your priority list. As I said, every 3rd ability is a Whirlwind. And if you are capping out on Rampage, wait for you to have the Whirlwind buff before casting. And if you have over 2 targets, you don't need to be cancelling your Bladestorm in order for you to cast your Rampage at all, because it's there and it's usable. And generally speaking, on AoE fights, you won't have enough time to get a Condemn in again, so you don't have to cancel your Bladestorm for a Condemn. But that is the rotations. It's that simple. So go on out and have fun with it, guys. Let's finish off the video.
I hope you found the video useful. I wanted to make it a little bit shorter than the last one, and again, just revisit it because there was a few mistakes I made in the previous one. Hopefully this has helped clear up those issues and confusion that may have gone out from the last one, as well as actually help you guys become a better Fury Warrior. If it has, put a comment down below on it helping you, and also be sure to like, comment and subscribe. As always, we've got another video coming next Thursday, and also the videos on Tuesday. If there's any content you're burning to have, leave a comment down below. I'm very open to all the suggestions out there. As always, above me are the Patrons and Twitch subs. Thank you very much for the extended support there. Ever so much appreciated. And as I mentioned before, I haven't put it in a video yet, but we made YouTube partnership and it's honestly phenomenal. So thank you guys all so much. But other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.